Bueno, vamos a empezar. Gracias, Jorge. Somos un programa que se llama EducationUSA. Hoy tenemos 4 personas de Estados Unidos que van a compartir información acerca de sus programas de EducationUSA Academy. Yo soy la asesora de EducationUSA Zacatecas. Si me pueden decir también desde dónde vienen, where are you connecting from. Creo que hay algunos de México, pero a ver si tenemos otra persona o otros que están fuera de México. Si me pueden escribir ahí en el chat. ¿Dónde vienen? ¿De dónde están conectando? Ciudad de México, muy bien. Ok. Tijuana, perfecto. Muy bien. Entonces, hoy tenemos, gracias Jackie, Morelia, Michoacán. Tenemos Monterrey, perfecto. Hoy tenemos 4 personas. Laura de Lewis and Clark College, Christopher Kofer from Syracuse University, Yeching Bao from University of Alabama in Huntsville, and Judy Ensing from University of Hawaii at Manoa. Somos muy emocionados de que están aquí con nosotros. Voy a practicar un poco primero acerca de EducationUSA y un poco del programa EducationUSA Academy y después voy a dar la oportunidad de cada institución para que practiquen un poco de sus programas. Mientras voy a quitar sus fotos o sus cámaras, I'm going to go ahead and take your cameras off, everyone. And I'll bring you back on in a few minutes. La presentación de hoy, la mayoría de las personas de Estados Unidos hablan inglés, aunque la información que van a revisar aquí en la página o en la presentación va a ser en español. De cualquier cosa pueden mandar preguntas ahí en el chat en inglés o español. Aunque pregunto o pido que esperen hasta el final, por favor, de preguntar o de mandar tus preguntas y hasta el final vamos a tener una oportunidad para las instituciones que pueden contestar sus preguntas. Entonces, EducationUSA es su fuente oficial sobre estudios en Estados Unidos. Ofrecemos asesoramiento personalizado y información integral, exacta y actualizada sobre instituciones educativas acreditadas en Estados Unidos. Aquí tengo una mapa acerca de los centros en EducationUSA, bueno, en México. Entonces pueden ver que tenemos varios centros. Al final voy a poner un poco de información acerca de contacto. Entonces, al final, ustedes están bienvenidos a visitar nuestros centros de EducationUSA México, o igual, si están conectados de otro país, tenemos centros alrededor del mundo, pero esa es la mapa aquí de México. El programa de EducationUSA Academy, la convocatoria que está abierta ahorita es para verano de 2017, verano en Estados Unidos. Yo creo que algunos puede ser que están conectados del sur, más al sur, entonces puede ser que es invierno para ustedes, perdón. Entonces, cuando estamos haciendo verano es porque es un programa de instituciones ahí en Estados Unidos. Es un programa de verano con duración de 3 a 4 semanas, depende de cada institución. Se desarrolla en 15 campus universitarios. Hoy tenemos invitados 4 instituciones. En las semanas que vienen, en este mes, en los próximos 3 semanas, vamos a tener otros invitados de presentar acerca de sus instituciones. Este programa es para estudiantes en el nivel de preparatoria de entre 15 y 17 años, que no sean nativos del idioma de inglés y que residen fuera de Estados Unidos. Y aquí pueden ver unas fotos de los participantes de otros años. Este año es el 3er año. Parte del programa le dan hospedaje dentro de los campus universitarios. Y también habrá visitas a otras instituciones para conocer otras universidades y colegios ahí en Estados Unidos. Cada institución será sede de 1 o 2 grupos y puede participar personas que tienen un nivel de inglés intermedio o avanzado. Y aquí tenemos un poco generalmente del programa de los costos. La mayoría de programas pues son para participantes que paguen entre $6,000 y $8,000, que incluye de inscripción, colegiatura, libros, materiales, materiales, alojamiento, comida, seguro médico en Estados Unidos, eso es muy importante, que todos necesitan tener seguro médico en Estados Unidos, y actividades culturales, los gastos de transporte, y igual de visa y pasaporte no están incluyendo en los costos. ¿Por qué? Porque ese depende de por dónde vienen. El costo del pasaporte y de visa puede ser diferente, depende del país. Y ahí abajo también tenemos la página de EducationUSA Academy para que todos puedan entrar y ver todos los programas de información acerca de los 15 instituciones. Ok, voy a preguntar otra vez. Yo creo que tenemos algunos más personas conectadas. Si vienen de otras ciudades, creo que dijeron algunos de Ciudad de México, de Tijuana, Michoacán, Monterrey, hasta el sur de México, Tuxtla. No sé si hay otros que están visitando de otros países. Todavía no. Ok, muy bien. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring Laura on board. And Laura will share information about Lewis and Clark with us. Hi, Laura.
Okay. Hi. Buenas tardes. Okay. But that's all the Spanish I will be using. Okay. So thank you so much for taking the time to come and visit us as we put this together. I'm using two screens, so you'll see sort of the side of my face while I'm talking here. Okay. So I am Laura Shire. Okay. I am Laura Shire, and I am the director of the Academic English Studies program here, and we are the host at Lewis and Clark in Portland, Oregon. Let's see, do I have control of the slides then? Yes, okay. All right. Portland, Oregon is in the Pacific Northwest of the United States of America. A lot of students are familiar with California and familiar with Washington. Portland is a city 3 hours south of Seattle, Washington. We're a small city, but a very young, growing city in the sense that a lot of young people like to come and settle and live and develop their careers in Portland. We're the home of companies such as Nike and Intel, which you may be familiar with. Our population, as you can see, is about 630,000 in the city itself, and the metropolitan area is about 1 million people. We're about an hour to the ocean and an hour to the mountains, to the Cascade Mountain Range. And so it's a very beautiful area. A lot of people come here because of the access to nature, the easy access to nature. The city itself is one of the greenest cities in the United States. It is bordered by a river to the north, which borders on the Washington side, and then a river, the Willamette River, which comes through the middle of the city. As you can see, this is Mount Hood, which is very close by to us, and the oceans as well. And so those are a lot of the attractions of the city is the nearby nature and the nature in the city itself. Okay. All right. So Lewis and Clark was established in 1867. It is a small liberal arts college with about 2,100 students in the undergraduate program. There are 3 campuses. The undergraduate is the larger of them, but you can walk across the campus in 10 minutes. It is, we also have a law school, and we also have a graduate school for education and counseling. So the total population of our campus is about 3,000. It's a private institution, and it focuses on, as I said, the liberal arts. We have, in terms of programs, I'm just trying to find my slide here. Sorry. We've got 29 majors and 27 minors. We also have a Center for Entrepreneurship, which is a program open for all students regardless of what their majors are. The most popular programs we have here at Lewis and Clark are biochemistry, biology, computer science, international relations, psychology, theater. And a lot of those are very popular because they also have labs. And undergraduate students at Lewis and Clark have the opportunity to work with professors on research in those labs or research that's done off campus and many times in other parts of the United States or on trips to other parts of the world. We've got 16 academic buildings and 16 residence halls. So you can see it is a small campus. It's located about a 15-minute bus ride to the downtown of Portland. Very accessible downtown Portland. We have our own shuttle. And it's in a very quiet, safe residential neighborhood. Again, a lot of nature around. Our EducationUSA Academy at Lewis and Clark has a theme, and the theme is global leadership. And what that means is that our courses are taught within a content. So not necessarily a traditional language course where you're learning grammar separately from your reading and writing skills, but you are strengthening your academic language and your English language while studying a theme. And so our theme here is global leadership. And the class schedule, Monday through Friday, is 9 to 4. And 15 hours a week will be working on your academic skills, such as writing, research, note-taking, how to give presentations, how to participate in discussions, developing your critical thinking skills, all around the theme of global leadership, which includes the ideas of developing your intercultural competencies and your understanding of what it means to be a leader and what kinds of attributes or qualities a leader has, as well as focusing on entrepreneurial mindset, which is part of developing your leadership. So that will be the morning course. And then the afternoon, there will be 5 hours a week working on skills related to standardized testing. So for example, skills that will help you with the SAT or the TOEFL or the IELTS, which for many students are tests that they are working on in order to develop their university applications and qualifications for studying in the United States. We'll also work on the university application process, which means the essay. So these are standard things that I think you'll get at many of the programs. We have 3 hours a week of special university workshops to give you a chance to understand the financial aid piece of the scholarship opportunities, not just at Lewis and Clark, but at other universities in the United States and how that works. You'll also learn a little bit about campus culture, and so what kinds of opportunities you'll find on a small undergraduate campus. All right. So we will then be visiting other higher education institutions around Portland. So for example, 2-year community colleges, other private universities, 4-year colleges, and public universities, so that you have an opportunity to see a variety of different institutions in the United States and what it might be like to study at different types of institutions so that you can find the best fit for yourself. So our total class and workshop time will be 23 hours. And class time will change a little bit to accommodate any field trips related to our course content and the campus visits that we take during the week. All right. So some of the field trip and activities that we'll be doing is, of course, enjoying the beautiful nature in Portland and in Oregon. So we'll be taking weekend trips to the beaches, the Pacific Ocean specifically, doing some hiking, visit some of the famous waterfalls nearby in the Columbia Gorge scenic area, visit Mount Hood. If you can take a look at the pictures, last year we did a lot of these things. We kayaked on the Willamette River, which is right down in the middle of the city, and it was a lot of fun. And the students spent some time each week meeting up with some local American high school students to learn about their lives and about their school experiences, as well as find out what their goals are and what they think about in terms of studying in the United States and their university plans. Some other evening trips that we've taken as well are concerts in the parks nearby, hikes in the local state forest, which is about a 10-minute walk from campus, and as well some service learning trips having to do with environmental issues and nonprofit groups. You have access during the late afternoons and evenings when you have some free time. We have a campus outdoor pool that is open to students. And we also have tennis courts. So there's a lot of activity to do, but you'll be very busy all of the time meeting people and developing your language and your sense of what it's like to be a campus student. The living on campus, we have a very secure campus. As I said, it's very small, very safe, very quiet residential area. The campus police are available. We have a campus safety office, so in case you lose a key or you need help with something, they're there. We will be providing transportation to and from the airport. So we will pick you up from your flight and bring you to the campus, and we will also take you back at the end of the trip. You will live in the campus residence halls with a counselor. We will have at least one counselor for 12 students. Our ratio has been generally more like 1 to 10. We will have a floor accessible for the female students and one for the male participants. And the counselor lives on the floor with you. How are we doing on time here? Okay. So our program is a 3-week program, and it runs from July 9th to July 29th. The cost of the program is $4,600, and this includes, as was in the beginning slide, your tuition, your book supplies, your housing, your meals, transportation to and from the airport, and transportation on field trips and cultural activities, and it also includes the medical insurance. We are encouraging students, if they would like to apply with a friend, that we will help pay with the CVIS visa fees. So that would mean that the additional cost then to you would be your transportation airfare. Our deadline for application is April 1st. It's a small, intimate program, and so we have a limited number of spaces available. As I said, the theme is global leadership, and so we will be focusing on leadership, culture, and entrepreneurship for the 21st century. This program is going to be a good fit for students who have a high intermediate to advanced English, so that they can really focus on learning about the theme and developing their knowledge of that, but also an opportunity to develop their English language skills academically, just as if you were attending a university undergraduate course in some ways, but with a lot of support. So it'll be busy, challenging, fast-paced, but a lot of fun. We had a really great group and a lot of fun last term with the students that we had here. So I think that is the last slide here. Again, the application deadline. There is no application fee required. Our application is online. It's pretty easy to fill out. Additional things you'll need to do are get a teacher recommendation and to write a short essay to let us know why you would like to have this opportunity and what you want to achieve from it. Once you're accepted, we ask for a $500 deposit, and there's more information about that on our website in terms of deadlines for that. And then the remaining is due towards the end of June before you come. Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Hello, am I live? Ready to go? Syracuse University? Can you hear me? I think you're okay. Not sure I want to start till I know I'm good to go. Okay, so I haven't heard anything, so I'm going to assume that we're good to go. My name is Chris Kofer, Executive Director of Summer at Syracuse University, which is in upstate New York. We are right up here. We are about 5 hours driving distance from Boston, New York City, and Philadelphia, about 5.5 to 6 hours to Washington, D.C. And we are in what's considered upstate New York. We're also really close to the Canadian border. And cities like Toronto and Montreal are between 4 and 5 hours away. We are it's very wooded and beautiful and hilly up here, and we're close to the Adirondack Mountains, so it's quite lovely. Our nearest airport is, this is showing radius, so we're looking at about 200 miles away from New York, and a little bit over, about 250 miles from Boston, but they're pretty close driving. Students do fly in directly to Syracuse after connecting domestically. We have a lot of frequent connections in cities like New York City with JFK, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. A lot of students connect in Chicago or even Atlanta. So a lot of good connections to get here. The airport is literally minutes away from our campus, and we do airport transfers as a matter of course. We pick every student up and take them back at the end. And we have a lot of local, regional things that are of interest in our area, including museums and zoos, minor league baseball. We're in a small city, but we do have one of the largest malls in the United States, the 6th largest mall in the United States, which the students love. I personally hate the place, but I'm not a mall goer. Anyway, lots of state parks. It's very beautiful. It's warm, and the weather is typically quite nice here in the summer. So there you go. So that is the city of Syracuse, and Syracuse University campus is very close to downtown. So we're kind of right in the heart of the city, and a major feature to our small city of about 143,000 in the city, and then 250,000 people with the surrounding communities and suburbs. So there you go. So Syracuse University was founded in 1870. We have about 21,000 undergraduate students and about 6,000 graduate students. We are a private Research One institution with over 200 majors at the undergraduate level and 100 minors, more than 100 minors. And we have more programs than we could possibly list as far as what our popular programs are. We have many renowned programs, many programs that are ranked in the top 10 and 20 as far as individual programs. Our overall university ranking, I believe we're right up around 58 to 60, something like that, depending on which list you look at. So yeah, and here's some shots of our lovely campus. We are a typical New England type campus, and what we consider a mid to large campus. So yeah, it looks like I was ahead of myself on my slides here, but we have a lot of it's a great place to be in the summer and the rest of the year. In the summer, it's kind of considered quiet on our campus with about 6,000 students taking classes, but not all at the same time, so it never even seems like there are that many people around. Our high school program has about 400 students involved, of which the EducationUSA Academy is one of the programs where we expect between 15 and 20 students. So it's quite a small program, but they are housed with and they have social and recreational programming with the other about 30 different high school programs that we have going on at the same time. And again, so in the residence hall, for example, we do have gender division by floor or wing, which is quite typical for high school programs. But each EduSA student will have an American roommate. And they're dispersed around the residence hall, again, with between, upwards of 400 students at any time, with a lot of campus-wide and building-wide trips and activities and programming, recreation. We do university visits in our region on the weekends and additional visits just for the EducationUSA group. Like, for example, on one Saturday during the program, we will take as many students that want to go. So upwards of about 100 students will go visit Cornell University and Ithaca College, or Binghamton University, which is one of the SUNY schools, or maybe a trip to Rochester to visit universities there, and other universities in our region. We do every other weekend, as well as recreational trips like to major amusement parks or Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is a big trip for most of the students who come from a great distance, domestically and internationally. We have last year we had, of the about 420 students in the program last year. Again, all of the summer college programs, they were representative of 26 U.S. states and 16 different countries. So it's a very diverse community of high school students all living together in one residence hall that's restricted just to their experience. So, and then about the EducationUSA, a day in the life of their class. So they're going to have English language curriculum from 9 to noon every day, Monday through Friday, about 15 hours per week, and where they're working on English components, incorporating academic study techniques, developing listening and reading and productive skills, so speaking and writing. And the instructors, a very small group class setting, and the instructors are trained and they're working with high school students. They're trained high school ESL teachers, so they're right on the money as far as that goes. So let's see. In the afternoons, from about 1 to 4 in the afternoon, they're doing cultural programs, field trips, college visits, and other college prep type activities, and it varies from day to day. And then those also happen in the evening, and when those are going on in the evening, they don't just involve the EducationUSA students. The EducationUSA students are part of that larger population and group of high school students that are attending all our other programs, which is a nice dynamic that we have there. So let's see. Yep, I talked about the regional tours and the social cultural trips and programs, alternating Saturdays and alternating Sundays for those, in addition to the regular ELI, EducationUSA programming. So what's next? I just love that campus shot. Such a lovely campus that we have. Okay, anyway, so campus security and safety. So yes, we do consider our campus to be safe and secure. We are in an urban setting, and we have DPS officers. We have our own dedicated Department of Public Safety officers that are uniformed on campus daily, and we're also in close proximity to another college, which is called State University of New York University Medical School, as well as the State University of New York Environmental College of Forestry. And both of those universities also have their own public safety, as well as the VA hospital, which is right next to us. They have their own public safety, and of course the city of Syracuse. So as far as the campus is concerned and safety, there is a very large overlapping security force, for lack of a better word, that oversees the general area of campus. So our area is considered to be very safe and secure, but keeping in mind that we are an urban area, and we're not immune to things that happen in any other urban area. We do have an extensive blue light system, more than 145 blue lights around our campus. Again, I mentioned we do provide transportation. Students are allowed, when they're not in class, and say after 4 o'clock when class ends, they do have the freedoms that come with being a college student. So they can be anywhere they want to be on campus. If they want to leave campus and go downtown, or typically students don't want to go downtown, but they want to go to the mall. So they get together with friends and take a bus, or even get together in a taxi, and they're allowed to go to the mall, go see a movie or shop or whatever they want to do. And during their typical free time, they are quite busy. So it's not like they're going to be spending time, doing a lot of that. But there are some evenings, like a Friday evening, when there's some downtime or they don't want to be a part of the campus program that we have. They have the ability to do that. We want to provide an opportunity where students feel like they have the freedoms that come with being a college student. That ends very distinctly at curfew. Our high school students do have a curfew. They need to be in the residence hall at 11 o'clock Sunday through Thursday, and midnight on Friday and Saturday. Students would do a checkout process at the residence hall if they want to leave the campus area, and typically students are remaining in the campus vicinity. They're not wandering about too much, but they do like to go to the mall, as I've mentioned several times. Yes, we do have students are living in a residence hall specifically for high school students with a supervision coverage of a ratio of 12 to 1. So 12 students for every residence advisor, and that building is locked down with a card swipe access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have to sign in with a residential security advisor when they enter. So that's that. Our dates are July 1st to July 28th. We are 4 weeks. Total inclusive cost $5,190, and that includes everything: tuition, housing, 19 meals a week in our dining hall, all transportation and cultural field trips, and everything else that we do, and of course medical insurance. So that's Syracuse in a nutshell. We're a beautiful place to be, and let me know if you have any questions. And thanks so much.
Great, thanks, Chris. Hey, before I turn off your camera and your mic, do you guys also have the winter program?
No, that's Boulder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know that Boulder has a winter program.
I forgot to ask you if there's anyone else that has the winter programs. Feel free to mention those. Okay, thanks, Chris. We'll come back later and ask if there are more questions.
I actually have to go pick up my kids, so I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Chris. I will share your contact information. Have a great day. Bye, Chris.
Yes, thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Okay, vamos a seguir. Okay, Yaching, you guys are live.
All right.
I'll go ahead and cut out.
Hi. This is Yaching Bao. I am the Associate Director of International Services here at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. And with me is our graduate student, Guillermo. And he was originally from Lima, Peru, who kind of is bilingual. So I thought, well, if anybody have questions, want to speak Spanish, we got a student who could talk in Spanish. All right. So first talk a bit about our city. That we're located in the state of Alabama, and Huntsville is in the north side of the state. And most people have never heard of it because we are a relatively young city. With about 60 years history, but on the other hand, it's a fast-growing city with about 400,000 people. And in the 200 miles radius, there are cities such as Memphis, such as Atlanta in Georgia, as well as the country music capital, Nashville in Tennessee. Being a bit in the southeast of the country, that the weather's been pretty mild in this place, and in the summer it's not that hot, even though if it's compared to the north it would be, but it really wasn't as that hot, and in the winter it's been pretty mild. Right now we feel like in spring now. A bit about our city further. That, as I mentioned, one relatively young city that was about 60 years of history, and it was started as a small town, and later in the 50s, dedicated to the space program in the United States. So you see here a picture showing the rockets. Our city do have a nickname as Rocket City. That NASA has a center here, and further. The city is full of space and defense industry, mostly in the high-tech area. Hence, our city, even being young, we are often rated as one of the most best place for professionals, and one of the best place in terms of economic development and employment opportunities. Also, as a college town, that we've been rated by Southern Living, the magazine, as one of the best college towns in the southeastern United States. So we're very proud of that. And the university, we are one of the campuses in the University of Alabama system. we were established back in 1950s, so kind of as young as a city, with about 8,500 students. Now, we are a public university, a public comprehensive research-oriented university, with about 80-some programs at all three levels, meaning at the baccalaureate, at the master, and a doctoral level. Some leading programs, as you might expect, that in a young city that's famous for rockets, that our mechanical engineering and aerospace is one of our catalyst programs, as well as in space programs and astrophysics and atmospheric science, as well as earth science systems. Those are a few of our leading programs. But on the other hand, as a comprehensive university, we do have 7 colleges, including engineering, science, business, nursing, arts, humanities, social science. So it's a university, while young, but it's fast developing. We are very glad that Education USA chose us this year to host the Education USA Academy this summer. And our programs will be hosted in July, from July the 9th through 30th this summer. And the classes, on one end, it's typical in that for 3 weeks, we'll have morning classes focusing on academic English. So students coming here will get opportunities to improve their speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills, and mostly toward the academic progresses. On the other hand, we will also help students, particularly most of the students participating will be high school students with a possible interest in pursuing higher education in the United States. So we will be providing guidance on how to prepare for standard tests such as SAT, ACT, as well as English tests as TOEFL or IELTS. And further, being a research university in a rocket science city, that we will have a theme that is called Earth, Space, and the Future. So students will get an opportunity to research topics on the Earth systems, the space program, as well as what could be the future for our living environment. And students will be divided into teams and working on a chosen topic, finally to present their research findings to the whole class. Now, of course, we will have undergraduate students to each of the student team serving as the academic counselors. Now, besides that, we will also have programs particularly geared toward familiarizing students to the higher education system in the United States. So we will provide guidance on how to apply to university and college in the United States, and further we'll get an opportunity to visit a variety of universities in the surrounding areas, as many other universities mentioned that we'll visit 2-year college versus 4-year college, research university versus mostly teaching-oriented universities, and we'll visit private versus public universities, so that students will have chance to have a comprehensive overview of this university system here. And we certainly will have activities that geared toward familiarizing students with the culture and the society of the United States, such as outdoor systems, and students will have opportunity to participate in community activities here in town. And on weekend in particular, we will have opportunity to participate in some of the voluntary activities in town, which have been very popular in the past. All right, a bit about the facilities on campus. That the students coming here will be living in our dorms, and you can see in the middle That's one of the student dormitory facilities on campus, and typically students will be living in gender-specific floors. So the male students will be on one floor, and the female students will be on another floor. And students will be living in a suite. Typical suite will have 4 bedrooms. Each student will have one. It's his or her own bedroom, and then 4 students will be sharing a common area in the suite. And each suite will have two bathroom systems. So mostly 2 students will share one bathroom, showering facilities. And the campus and the city overall is very safe. Even though I do show here our university do have our own security forces. But overall, the campus is very safe. The city is a very high-tech environment, so the people here are most of well-educated, very nice. So we do not concern that much about security crime issues. And on the other hand, we will, as part of this program, that have adult counselors be available at 7/24. Literally, particularly, we'll have adult counselors living in the dorm together with our students. Okay, I got the price information very similar to our other peer universities. That it's a 3-week program costing about $4,880. So students, after landing here, their tuitions, their living expenses, their meals, participating in activities, fees will be all covered, as well as health and medical insurance. So in essence, that for participants, what they need to prepare is mostly the international airfare to our city, as well as the visa fees or just miscellaneous pocket money. All right, one last thing that's something special about being in a rocket city, that we will, as part of the program, students will have the opportunity to participate in a 2-day space camp program. And we here in the United States Space and Rocket Center, which is about 5 minutes away from our campus, has a space camp that is the largest and the most comprehensive in the world. So students will have the opportunity to participate in the camp. And I think this is something unique, and the youngest from all over the world really enjoy this camp. All right, so I guess that's about it. Thank you.
Yeah, good job. I think, Guillermo, since you're there, do you want to just give us 1 quick minute about your experience at the university in Spanish?
Sí, bueno, yo soy un estudiante de Graduate Studies. Yo, vine aquí hace casi 8 años a la ciudad de Huntsville, aquí a la Universidad de Alabama en Huntsville. Y de verdad que es una ciudad muy bonita. Si de verdad quieres comprender lo que es el sur de Estados Unidos, el estado de Alabama es un lugar muy hermoso y obviamente tiene muchas cosas de que estar orgulloso. Por ejemplo, el programa espacial es muy, muy bueno. De verdad que te pone ahí en contacto con NASA y con todo lo que es los centros espaciales. Es una muy buena oportunidad el poder estar ahí y participar, ¿no? Así que de verdad que para mí es una oportunidad muy buena, que he estado acá por casi 8 años y me gusta mucho, y les recomiendo que tengan esta oportunidad de venir por acá. Gracias.
Muy bien, perfecto. Gracias a ti. Thanks, Yaching, pardon. Sorry. Okay. Thank you, guys. We will go ahead and bring Judy on board here, and we'll stick around if you guys want to stick around for questions at the end.
We'll be here.
Thank you. Okay. Just a moment here, Judy.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm on?
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Good.
Aloha from the University of Hawaii. My name is Judy Ensing, and I'm very happy to share with you about our EducationUSA Academy that will take place in Hawaii here this summer. Oh dear, I messed that up. Hang on. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Oh. Okay, now I know. Okay, well, if you have been thinking about going to the U.S. to study, you may never have considered Hawaii. So I would like to present Hawaii as a very unique place where you can not only experience American life, but you can experience the beauty and unique culture of Hawaii and have a great study experience at the same time. Hawaii is the 50th state of the United States and is made up of several tropical islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's called the Aloha State. Aloha means hello, it means goodbye, it means love. And if you come to our program, you will experience what we call in Hawaii the Aloha Spirit. Our university is located on the island called Oahu. It's in the city of Honolulu, which is the state capital and the largest city in Hawaii. From the airport to the university is only about 12 kilometers or about a 20-minute car or bus ride. The island of Oahu is famous for beautiful beaches, hiking, Pearl Harbor, great shopping, and of course, the University of Hawaii. Let me tell you about the University of Hawaii before I go into more detail about our academy program. The University of Hawaii is a 10-campus public university system, and the different campuses are located on different islands around the state. Our campus is called University of Hawaii at Manoa, Manoa meaning the valley that it's located in. And UH Manoa is the largest campus of the system with nearly 20,000 students who come from all over the US and the world. It has been called the most diverse university in the US, so it's a great place to have a multicultural experience. By the way, students in our academy program will visit 2 of the other campuses in the system during the program, as well as visit the largest private university in our state. UH offers a wide range of majors at the bachelor's, master's, and doctorate levels, and is especially known for the fields of oceanography, astronomy, linguistics, tropical agriculture, international business, to name a few. And UH is one of the few universities in the country that has the special distinction of being a land, sea, and space grant research institution. And this is what has led us to design our academy program with a special focus on those 3 areas, the land, the sea, and space, and the science fields that are connected to them. Our program will be 3 weeks from July 23 to August 12. Like all of the other academy programs, our program will include about 20 hours per week of English classes, but our English classes will focus on content related to the land, sea, and space. So we'll intermingle listening, speaking, reading, and writing all with the content of those 3 areas. Some classes will be taught by UH professors who will introduce students to their fields like marine biology, oceanography, geography, tropical agriculture, and astronomy. All field trips and recreational activities will also be focused on these themes. During the week that we focus on the sea, students will visit Coconut Island. You see that in the upper left-hand side of your screen. This island is owned by the university and is one of the research sites that is used for marine sciences. Students will also visit the UH Marine Center on the top right there, and that's the home of UH research vessels that go out to conduct research in the ocean. Students will also visit the Waikiki Aquarium and go snorkeling at the famous Hanauma Bay. On another week, we will focus on the land. UH has an excellent College of Tropical Agriculture that we will learn about. And we will visit the UH Lion Arboretum, where we will do some hiking while learning about tropical plants and the research that they are conducting there. The highlight of the program will be a visit to Hawaii Island. It's a 45-minute plane ride from Oahu. And over there, we will focus on the themes of land and space. Why are we going there? Well, all of the Hawaiian islands were formed by volcanoes many, many years ago. But on Hawaii Island, the Kilauea volcano is still very active. And so that island is still being formed, actually. We will visit the Volcanoes National Park, where we will learn something about the geology of the islands, and hopefully we'll get to see the active lava flow, depending on what's going on in July. Hawaii Island is also the site of several world-famous observatories on top of the Mauna Kea volcano, where astronomers from around the world come to do research. You can see the lower left-hand picture is a picture of the observatories. So we will be introduced to the field of astronomy at the home of some of the world's most famous observatories. Although we will not be permitted to actually go to those observatories, and that's because of the high altitude, they don't allow anyone under the age of 16 to go up there. We will instead visit the Imiloa Astronomy Center. That's a picture on the upper left-hand side. And that's a center of the University of Hawaii at Hilo. And they will give us a great introduction to the work that's being done on Mauna Kea. When we return to Oahu, we will return to our regular classes and we'll also hike to the top of Diamond Head, the upper or the left-hand side there. That's a dormant volcano with a beautiful view of the island. We will visit the UH Institute of Astronomy, as well as the Bishop Museum and Planetarium, which is on the right side there of your screen. Earlier, I mentioned something about the beauty and unique culture of Hawaii. Throughout the program, students will experience Hawaiian culture. It's sort of a bonus you get if you come to Hawaii. You get American culture and you get Hawaiian culture. You will learn to dance the hula, you will play ukulele, and you will make a flower lei. The cost of our program is $5,200, which includes same thing as all the other schools, the tuition, the materials, housing, meals, transportation, including the flight to the Big Island of Hawaii, all the transportation to field trips, and so on. Really covers everything except your airfare to Hawaii and personal incidentals. Note that on top of that, there is an application fee of $100, but that is waived if you apply by April 21. And our final deadline for application is May 19. Lastly, I'd also like to offer a word about safety. Statistically, Honolulu is considered one of the safest cities in the United States. Our campus is also considered very safe. However, crime and accidents do happen, so we will definitely include a very thorough safety orientation. We will chaperone the students really anytime they're off campus and most of the time when they're on campus. So we expect to take very good care of the students. That's about all I have. You see our website there at the bottom, so there's a lot more detail that you can find there. And la última cosa que quiero decirles que hablo un poco de español, así que si hay cualquier problema o pregunta pueden comunicar conmigo en español cuando sea necesario. So thank you, gracias, and as we say in Hawaii, mahalo. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Judy. Just a second here. Okay, you guys are back on, but I have your mics off. I'll just leave them off for just a second. Pues muchas gracias a todos. Aquí tengo los contactos la información de contacto por todos los representantes. Chris se fue pues ya se fue, pero si tienen algunas preguntas ahorita, algunas dudas, estamos aquí para ayudarles. We're here to help. We're here if you have any questions. You're welcome to chat or to type them in the box. Pueden escribir ahí en el chat. Pero igual aquí son los contactos que pueden estar en contacto con ellos después si tienen algunas otras preguntas. Voy a dejar otros 30 segundos. I'm going to leave this contact information for another 30 seconds or so in case anyone has any questions. Good. Doesn't look like anyone has questions. También quiero recordarles que vamos a tener otras sesiones el 12 de febrero, el 9 y el 16. De estas sesiones vamos a invitar a otras personas de otras instituciones para compartir información acerca de sus programas. Entonces, igual están bienvenidos del mismo enlace de hoy. Pueden entrar en el webinar, en la sesión. Igual pueden encontrar esa información en línea. Y pues el último es que si tienen algunas preguntas acerca de EducationUSA, ahí tenemos contactos de los centros aquí en México. Ahorita también voy a compartir la información donde pueden encontrar información acerca de los centros en otros países, pues si están alguien de otro país. Igual de programas de EducationUSA Academy. You can find all of the information about the different EducationUSA Academy programs on the website. There is a question if there are scholarships. My understanding that the majority of the programs are to be paid by the student. Occasionally in country, there occasionally are scholarships available. I don't know if any of the institutions, if you guys have scholarships that you are offering, but my understanding was that probably not. You guys are welcome to message in the chat if you do. Otherwise, I'm assuming that you do not. Okay. Any other questions? ¿Otras preguntas? ¿No? Bueno, pues muchas gracias a todos y que tengan muy buen día. Voy a compartir esta información y la presentación después, yo creo mañana. Entonces igual pueden revisar sus correos electrónicos para tener más información acerca de EducationUSA Academy. Wasn't me. I don't think that's one of you, is it? ¿Una pregunta? Okay. Great. Thanks, guys. I think it doesn't look like there are any questions, so I appreciate your participation today, and have a wonderful day. I will be sharing this information and uploading the recording on YouTube, hopefully tomorrow, and sending it your way. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Gracias a todos.
Thank you.